Scouting bets. It's week 5 already. Damn, week 5. 4 weeks is already gone. Quarter of the season's already gone. Sitting right now, we're pretty much the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We're 3-1. 3-1 is okay, not cool, but the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are number 1 in the South, so I'll take that. I'd rather be the Eagles, undefeated. But right now we're sitting like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 3-1. You saw the tickets. Went hard on one, and this is just a reminder why it's us against the sportsbook. So that last ticket I did was a 2-teamer 7-point teaser. Tell me why I went to the Santa Fe today to do another 2-team 7-point teaser. Sorry, sir, that's not allowed. And I'm like, what? What do you mean it's not allowed? I did one last week. Oh, sorry, sir. I tried to put it in. 2-teamers are not allowed. You have to have 3. So that's just proof right there how it is us versus them. 1 week it's cool, the next week it's not. You know, it's cool when you lose, but they hate it when you win. So that's why it's us against them. They changed the rules just like that. I didn't want to bitch about it and make it a big scene, but I got video proof that I did the same bet last week. This week I can't do it. Who knows why, but it is what it is. But these are all the weeks. These are all the games this week. It's Thursday. We got Rams-Niners. Niners injuries everywhere for the Niners. Rams are home. I usually don't mess with Thursday night games, but with all these injuries, you know what? Tonight I'm gonna say fuck it, and I'm gonna go with the Rams tonight. This is the ticket that I'm doing right now. It's a 4-teamer. No, is that 4? Yeah, 4-teamer. Rams -1.5. I'm taking the Rams purely on injuries. At a certain point, you can't miss all your guys. 49ers are hurt everywhere right now, offensively, defensively. Rams are a tough team. You clearly saw Rams are doing their thing right now. Rams -1.5. I'm trying to stick as close to a money line bet as possible. I kind of want to go away from these teasers and go back to money line, but it just makes sense. And I talked about how we're 3-1 like the Buccaneers. Look at the Bucs. They almost got blown out by the Eagles, my Eagles, and they still came back, only lost by 6. Listen, Buccaneers are balling out. Injuries or not, Mike Evans or not, the Buccaneers are balling out. They're keeping all their games close. Baker Mayfield has won a ton. Well, not a ton, but 3 close games this season so far. I know they're on the road against the Seahawks, but just because how they're playing, they're keeping all their games close. I like what they're doing. I got to go with the Bucs and take a 10.5 juice on that just to give you a little bit of insurance. And I think 2 of the easiest games this week are the Bills and the Lions. Bills, the last, 4 games at home, the Bills have beaten the Patriots 4 times in a row. Not going to lie, the Patriots are, they're playing good. I'm not going to discredit the Patriots and say this is like a lock. But the Patriots are playing good right now, so be careful, be wary. That's why I tease it down to 1. Hey, they've won. Josh Allen's won, the last 4 in a row. I'm trying to make it 5. And, of course, you got the Lions again. You got to take the Lions. Lions -3, I think, is a really, really good pick. I mean, the Bengals are bad. Right now, I think the worst offensive line in the league got to be the Bengals, got to be the Texans. And then there's one more. And the Jesus Christ, the Titans. Those are the 3 probably worst offensive lines in the league. Bengals, brain fart, Titans, and the other 3, brain fart. I'm farting up right now. But yeah, right now you gotta take the Bengals. That offensive line, they can't protect the soul. So, but this is the first ticket that I'm doing. 200 to win 320, not bad on that. And then also, I just kept it simple. Again, I just took the Rams off. Lions, Bills, Colts. You got to do that. Colts against the Raiders. Right now, there's a few teams you cannot be scared to bet against. You cannot ever be scared to bet against the Raiders. You can't be scared to bet against the Titans. And let's see, who else you can't be scared of, where it's pretty much... even the Saints. Right now, this week, I'm not betting against the Saints because the Giants are a little up in the air. Jackson Dart, new quarterback also. Giants might win that game, but that's not a game where, Saints on the road, who knows what can happen. Someone might show up, but I think the safe bet, this is probably the safest pick of this week, is just going Lions, Bills, Colts. Can the Raiders show up? Maybe. Can Geno Smith show up? Maybe. But they pretty much haven't all season long, and you know what? I'll just bank against that. So I think this ticket is probably the safest ticket. And then I did one last one. I'm only doing 3 tickets. Just this last ticket that I'm about to show is just seeing, can everything that I think go right? Can everything surely go right? I don't know, maybe. But this is what I'm thinking if everything goes right. I'm putting up $230 to win $920. You know, can the Rams win tonight by 2? The Colts should beat the Raiders. Broncos, I think, is going to be a defensive battle with the Eagles. You know, I'm an Eagles fan, but I think it's going to be a defensive battle. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game in that one where I think maybe the Eagles win by a field goal. So I'm going to take the juice at plus 11. Buccaneers, I think that's going to be another tough game. I think the Bucs can outright win that game. Low-key, I think the Bucs definitely can win that game outright against the Seahawks. Seahawks are playing well. They are, you know, on the road. And, you know, Seahawks have a huge advantage at that stadium. But I think the Bucs keep it close. That's why I'm taking plus 10.5. And, of course, you know how I feel about the Lions and Bills. This ticket is a lovely ticket if everything on from Thursday to Sunday goes absolutely right the way I think. Broncos keep it close. Bucks keep it close. Lions, Bills, and you got the Rams and Colts. Low-key also, dog of the week. Dog of the week. I know I may be crazy for this, but I also like the Ravens. Low-key, I want to do Ravens, Buccaneers, $75 money line. Texans are bad. One of the worst offensive lines in the league. Cooper Rush is a decent quarterback. You saw what he did on the Cowboys when he was a starter. Cooper Rush is a decent quarterback. Ravens are home. I think this is a game, even though no Lamar Jackson, I think this is a game where you can win some good money too against the Texans. Ravens, dog of the week. That's what I like. Buccaneers too, another good dog. Those are the 2 dogs I like for this week. But these are my tickets, guys. You know how I feel. Rams, Colts, Broncos, Bucks, Lions, Bills. These are the tickets. This is some good money if it hits. Can we keep the winning streak going? I hope so. I hope so. Guys, like, subscribe, Scouting Bets. Let's go this week. Week 5, baby. Let's go.